Alright, moving on to the function operations worksheet. Just kind of a review here of all the function operations. Moving on to number 1, when you got 3 in the parentheses, you need to put 3 in for both of the x's. So f of 3 is going to be 3 squared minus 3 times 3 plus 4. 3 squared is 9, but 3 times 3 is also 9. So you really have 9 minus 9 plus 4 gives you the magical number of 4. Moving on to 2, take 4 and put it in for all of the x's in your function. So up top you're going to have 2 times 4 minus 1, and on bottom you're going to have 2 plus 5. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. You have to subtract 1 on top. 2 plus 5 is 7. So we got 7 over 7 there, and so we got the magical number of 1. Going to 3, take negative 2, put it in for x, and calculate. So we got negative 3 times negative 2 plus 4. Negative 3 times negative 2 is 6, positive 6, plus 4 is going to give us our final answer of 10. On 4, you have to take 5, put it in for x, so you got 1/2 of 4, plus 3. Well, 1/2 of 4 is 2. Whoops, I put over a bunch of times. And we have to do 2 plus 3, which is going to give you the number of 5. Moving on to 5, you have to do f of 2 and then a of 1. So you take 2 and put it in all the x's for f, and then you take 1 and put it in for all the x's of a. So the f of 2 is going to be 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 4. And so that's the f part. The a part is going to be 1 minus 5. 2 squared is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. So we got to subtract 6, and we got to add 4. And then over here, 1 minus 5 is negative 4. And so we got 4 minus 6 plus 4 minus 4. Well, those add together to be 0. These add together to be negative 2. So we got negative 2 plus 0, which is negative 2. And that's going to be our answer here. Moving on to 6, you take 2 and put it in for all the x's of g, which will give you 5 times 2 minus 3. And then you take negative 2 and put it for all the x's in c. And then we need to make sure we're timesing these numbers together. Be careful of your operation in the middle there. I got that one right, yeah, okay. So we got to do 2 times negative 2 squared minus 3. There, okay. So left side, 5 times 2 is 10, minus 3 gives you 7. And then on this right side, we got to do negative 2 squared first. That is 4, so 2 times 4 minus 3. 2 times 4 is 8. And we got minus 3 still, which is 5. And so we got to do 7 times 5, which is 35. So 35 is going to be our final answer there. Moving on to 7, you got to take negative 4 and put it into all of the x's in D. And then you have to remember you're doing division here. And then you got to take 2 and put it for x there on that function. So putting in the D stuff, you got 2 times negative 4 minus 1 divided by negative 4 plus 5. Oh, I need to put negative 4 in there. And then the A stuff, we got to remember doing more division, is 2 minus 5. Simplifying the top is going to give you 2 times negative 4 is negative 8 minus 1 gives you negative 9 on top. And then we got negative 4 plus 5 is just 1. And then on bottom, that's just negative 3. And so this top here, negative 9 divided by 1 is just negative 9. And on bottom we got negative 3. So negative 9 divided by negative 3 gives you positive 3. And that's going to be your final answer there for 7. Moving on to 8. Notice we got a bunch of different functions, a bunch of different numbers, but we just take it one at a time. 3 goes in for x there. So the a part is going to be 3 minus 5. And then 2 goes in for the x there for b. So we got to do subtract. Make sure you put your function stuff in parentheses so you don't mess up on your signs. there's the b stuff, and then we got to do times 4 going in for h. And so, parenthesis, 1/2 of 4 plus 3. Well, 3 minus 5 is -2, and we gotta subtract. Remember that you gotta do all this multiplication first. Do what's in the parenthesis first, so you don't mess up your signs. This is gonna be -6, and you have to add 4 on that, which is gonna be -2. And then 1/2 of 4 is 2, add 3 is gonna be 5. And then we gotta do this part first, because multiplication comes before subtraction. -2 over here, minus -2 times 5 is -10. And so now we got -2 subtract -10. Subtracting negative is the same thing as adding, which is going to be -2 plus 10, which is 8. And so 8 is our final answer there. And we're just going to stop there for now. Go to the next video.